Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. This is yes. Okay. So which are the normal methods or normal techniques that involve in basic finishes? So which are the basic finishes? Can you please try?
Singeing,
Good.
then dyeing, printing,
Dyeing, printing, they are the special finishes. Okay. Only for special ones.
calendaring,
Calendaring. Okay.
then something with tea.
Tea. Tea.
Yeah, tea.
Tantering. Okay.
Yeah.
So our cinching, cleaning, bleaching, cleaning and bleaching, very easy one, right? They are also comes under the basic finishes. And next one, that is special one, only applicable to the special clothes. Like few examples for special finishes.
Like the raincoat material.
That is waterproofing. Then one more proofing.
Moth proofing.
Very good. Moth proofing to avoid the attack or damage from the
Moths.
moths. Okay, or the insects. Then so only the moth proofing and waterproofing. Other than this, other than moth proofing and waterproofing, what are the other special finishes? Which are they?
Dyeing.
Very good. Dyeing, another special finish. Then
Printing.
printing. Okay. Anything else other than dyeing, printing, moth proofing, waterproofing? One standardized mark or certificate mark. We use a particular mark to denote something. What's that?
Trademark.
Trademark. Okay. For textiles and all. Sanforizing. What is the meaning of that? Sanforizing. Sanforizing trademark. Yeah, take your textbook and please refer and tell me. Sanforizing. What's another name for sanforizing? Sanforizing is a special finish. Okay. It's a guarantee mark or certification mark found in textiles or fabrics. So what is the meaning?
Is also called as shrinkage.
Shrinkage control. That's it. Okay. So it's helped to prevent shrinkage. That is the shrinkage one, or another name, that is sanforizing, which is a special finish. Okay. So which are the basic finishes? Which is given to all the fabrics like the cleaning, bleaching, ironing and all. All these are the basic ones that we give or apply to all the fabrics. But in the case of special finishes that are only for special clothes or special fabrics, which are they? Dyeing, printing, they are the very common one. They bring more the attractiveness, uniqueness in our clothes and all, the dyeing, printing and all. And we discussed about dyeing. Okay, so what is dyeing, Nestle? Nestle, if you have any audio issues, please use your chat box. Okay, dyeing. So dyeing and printing, they are the two special finishes. Sanjana, please try. Yeah, dyeing.
Dyeing is giving color to the fabric. It can
That's
be
okay,
done.
Nestle. You can use the chat box for answering. Okay, Nestle?
It can be done after before before making the fabric or after making the fabric. We can give color
Simply
to
the
them.
coloring of fabric, that is called as dyeing, right? Dyeing of fabric, that simply means we color the fabric. Okay, we usually use natural dyes as well as synthetic one. Two types of dyes, that is natural and synthetic one. So which are the natural dyes? The normal turmeric, the best example for natural dye, which means the dyes that obtained from nature, that is natural dyes, like vegetable dyes, animal dyes and mineral dyes. We classify the dyes into three, the natural ones, which are the vegetable dyes, then animal dyes and mineral dyes. So one example for animal dye. I know it's little bit difficult, the name.
Ma'am,
Huh.
something M and C. I don't.
Ah,
Something
Coccus cacti. That's an insect name. Okay, the color they produce a red color. Cochineal. That's the name. Okay, it's there in your textbook, page number 109. Please underline the animal dyes. The color produced by the insect named Coccus cacti. That's the famous example for the animal dye or animal color. Okay, and the last one, that is mineral dye. Mineral dyes are also comes under the natural dyes. So give one example for mineral dyes. Sanjana, you can use your textbook, refer your textbook and tell me.
putting pieces of iron and wooden
Very
ash
good.
in vinegar to
Pieces
obtain
of
bright
iron
yellow.
and wooden ash.
Vinegar.
Right. It gives a which color?
Bright yellow.
Bright yellow color. All these are the natural dyes. And we classify the synthetic dyes. Synthetic dyes into three: acid, basic, and neutral. Just the classification. That's it. Okay. Natural, basic, and neutral dye. What is the meaning of synthetic dye? What is the meaning?
Man-made dye.
Man-made dye. Okay. Not from nature.
Not natural. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else other than that? So why we are using synthetic dyes more than the natural ones?
It is
Leslie,
more
please
cheap
use your
and
chat box.
fast available.
Hmm.
It is more easily and cheap.
Yes, synthetic dyes are more easily available and they are also inexpensive. Because in the case of natural dyes, it's very difficult to collect these dyes. Due to that reason, the natural dyes are very expensive. Okay, that is the main difference or the advantage and disadvantages between natural dyes and synthetic dyes. And different methods are used to dye. We already discussed, we watched videos, right? Okay, so what are the different methods to dye or method to apply color? Which are the different methods? Just name.
Tie and dye.
Tie and dye, very good. That simply means we tie the fabric according to our need and our wish, and then we dip that tied cloth or tied fabric in the colored solution. Simply that is a tie and dye. Any designs, we can create any designs on the base of that tie. Okay, yes. Next one, tie and dye. The first method, it's very easy to create. Okay, that's a
Simple dye.
homework for you. Okay.
Simple dyeing.
Simple dyeing, very good. Another method, that simply we take a fabric, usually the cotton one, we clean the fabric and we dip this fabric in a colored solution, any solution. Solution is used, not the paste. In the case of these dyeing, we use solutions, the yellow color solution, bright red color solutions, and all. There is a big difference between dyeing and printing. Okay, in the case of dyeing, we usually use the solutions, but in printing, we use paste. We apply this paste on block as well as in screen. That we will discuss. Okay, next one. So simple dyeing is there, tie and dye. Then Nestle, any other methods other than simple dyeing and tie and dye? Which are the other methods to dye? The spelling, the dye, that is D-Y-E. Okay, D-Y-E. Dyes. So other than simple dyeing and next one, that is tie and dye, other than this, two more methods. We use two more methods. Which are they? The batik printing. Batik printing and cross printing.
Cross.
Okay. In the case of batik printing, we normally use glue or the wax. Yeah. To prevent the color. To prevent the color. Okay. That is the last one. Batik printing. Okay. Is that clear? Any doubt from this dyeing? Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain the batik dyeing and cross dyeing?
Batik dyeing and cross dyeing. Fine, I'll help you. In the case of cross dyeing, the main difference between simple dyeing and cross dyeing, cross, that simply means two fabrics or two fibers are used. For an example, wool is mixed with cotton. So two fibers are used. Different fibers have different properties, right? So in the case of this, we use cross dye. When we use different fibers, we automatically use cross dye. Because that process helps to dye the fabric with two fibers easily. That's why we use cross dye. That's the name, cross. Okay, two or more fibers are dye in the same dye bath. Okay, that is cross dye. In the case of batik dyeing, look here. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, this is a fabric. Just imagine this as your fabric, a cotton fabric. Okay, so I'm going to make a design like this. Okay, I'm going to make a design like this with melted wax. Okay, so I already applied melted wax or glue here in this pattern or in this design. Okay, and then after applying this melted wax, I'm going to dip this fabric in colored solution, in yellow colored solution. Okay, so what will happen? This melted wax, yes, try. This melted wax, they prevent, this area prevent coloring, right? They never absorb color. But other than this area here and all, they absorb color easily. So after washing, after removing this melted wax, we'll get a design. Is that clear? That is batik printing. We use melted wax or glue to create designs. Clear? Okay, so next one, this is our last topic in this chapter. That is printing. Sorry. Yes, printing. Okay, so we discussed about dyeing first, right? The dyeing, that simply means we color the fabric. So what is the difference between dyeing and printing? In the case of printing, some designs are there, right? We can use block printing, screen printing, stencil printing, lots of methods and techniques are there to include or to create these designs in fabric. So simply printing means we are applying a particular design to our fabric. Okay, designs are used or designs or the block with different designs are used to create different patterns. So let's discuss one by one. First one, that is block printing. Do you have any idea what is block printing? It's already there. Yes, block printing.
Printing using blocks.
Very good. We simply print the fabric with the help of a block. That is block printing. Okay. But in the case of this block, for an example, a wooden block, this is a wooden block with some design, a flower design is there. So we simply use this block with a design here. Okay. So I'm going to dip this block, wooden block with design in a colored solution, not a solution, a colored paste. I'm going to apply paste here in this design. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp this block, wooden block, to our fabric like this. So design is created there, right? This is the block printing. But this is very expensive. Why? What's the reason? Why this is very expensive?
Because it has unique design.
Sorry?
It has unique design.
Yes, unique designs. Other than this method is time consuming, right? Takes lots of time and also manpower. Great effort is needed to create these block printing, small block. Okay, blocks. Just imagine a sari with a block printing. It takes lots of time to complete that whole fabric, right? That's the reason. This is very expensive. Another method that is screen printing. Okay, we'll watch the video. Screen printing. What is the difference? In the case of block, a simple block with engraved or engraved design is there. Okay, and then we apply paste here, then we stamp it. Okay, that method is called as block printing. Next printing method, that is screen printing. Simply a frame is there. Okay, a frame. We'll show the video. Okay, a frame with a particular design is there, and then we apply paste with the help of a brush. Okay, and then we apply this design to the fabric. Okay, simple frame is used, then we call it as screen printing. A screen is there with a particular design. Okay, next one, that is stencil printing. What is stencil?
Like in a paper, like background, you can.
Try stencil.
I don't know how to tell. Like a piece of paper. It is cut in the like shape this, of something. Right? Yeah.
Well, this is a stencil of square or a design. Yeah, I'm just cut out this piece from this. Okay, so suppose I'm going to apply this stencil to my fabric like this. So what will happen? Only this area is colored, right? This is stencil, which means the color is only applied through this area, like this, right? Yeah, this is our stencil printing. Open space is there, so we apply color to this open space, to the fabric. That is stencil printing. Okay, so let's watch a video. Listen carefully. Sanjana, how was the video?
Man, the last video I didn't understand the roller printing. Like how they have the ink, I didn't understand it.
Sorry, the roller printing, that is a machine printing, okay? Not the hand method, it's a machine printing. So they use the roller with a particular design. In the case of block, with a design, right? In the case of this roller also, this roller is created with a design. And then we pass the fabric through this roller. Okay, then we apply color. Is that clear? That is a roller printing.
Ma'am, but how the color is obtained?
Color is added. Take your textbook. Take your textbook. I'll read that. Take your textbook, page number 112. Please read. Please read the first paragraph, Sanjana.
In this method, many meters of fabric is printed in few hours. This is the most common and most used technique of printing.
This is the most common method. Why? This is very easy to create many meters of fabric. That's why the industrial, in all the purpose, they use this roller printing more than the block printing, stencil printing and all. Okay, because this is a machine printing method. We can easily create many meters of design easily. Okay, then, Sanjana.
Width of the roller in the machine is equal to the width of the fabric. Metallic designs.
Look here, the number of rollers depend upon the number of colors to be used in the design. Next line, please underline that. Fabric is pressed and passed under the roller. Okay, and pattern and colors appears on a designed place on the fabric. That simply means this roller is already with a particular design, and then we pass the fabric through this roller. The design is engraved or design is applied to that fabric. Okay, color is also added by another thing or another what other item. Something is added there. The color is added with the help of a squeeze like this. Okay, it's squeezed. Okay, next one. Discharge printing. Next method, that is discharge printing. Look here. Before that, yes. Look, this is a fabric by tie and dye. Okay. That we discussed, and this is a batik printing because the wax, melted wax is used. Okay. This is the example for batik printing. Batik dyeing. Okay. This is the block printing. Look here, the block with a design is engraved there. And look here, this is the screen printing. A screen, a frame with a particular design is there. Okay. And the color is applied with the help of this brush. This is screen printing. I hope it's clear. Look, this is the stencil design. All these are the stencil design. So when I apply a yellow color here, this design is created on the fabric. Okay, that's all about stencil printing. All these are the hand printing methods. Okay, next, the roller printing. Look here, this is a roller printing. A roller is used and fabric is passed to this with the application of color, we get this fabric. Our color is applied, we get the designed fabric. That is roller printing. Okay. Next one, that is discharge printing. Discharge printing. Okay. Please read, Sanjana. What is discharge printing? Just read from here.
In this approach, the fabric is dyed in piece and then it's printed with a chemical that destroys the color in the designed areas. Sometimes the base color is removed and another color is printed in its place. The printed fabric is steamed and thoroughly washed.
Fine. Okay, look here. Actually, there is a big difference between discharge printing and resist printing. They are opposite to each other. Okay, so first one, that is discharge printing. Here, first the fabric is dyed. Completely the fabric is dyed with red color. Okay, I already dyed the complete fabric with red color, and then I'm going to bleach this design like this. Polka dot sarees and all, they are the best example for this discharge printing. Okay, I'm going to bleach a particular areas. So a white design is created here and there, right? That is discharge printing. First the fabric is dyed and then we bleach the fabric. Clear? So particular designs are created. Block printing. Sorry, in the case of discharge printing, the polka dots by the discharge printing, they are the perfect example for discharge printing. And here, in the case of resist printing, a resist paste is applied first and then we dyed the fabric. Okay, in the case of discharge printing, first we dye and then we bleach. Then we resist particular areas. But here in the case of resist printing, first already we resist certain areas to dye. We apply certain things to resist, or a resist paste is used and then we dye. That is resist printing, just opposite to the discharge printing. Clear?
Ma'am, can you explain the resist printing?
Resist printing, of course. In the case of resist printing, a resist paste is fixed on the fabric. Okay. First, we take a fabric and then we apply a resist paste on the fabric and then we dye. So what will happen? The color will not absorb on the resist place area or the resist paste area. Okay. And after drying, we remove that paste. So a design is created. That is resist printing. A particular area is resisted from dye. According to our wish, we created the design. Is that clear? Okay. Next one, this is our last one, duplex printing or duplex printing. Okay, this printing means usually we done this printing to create same designs on two sides. Our curtains and all, they are the examples for this duplex printing. Same design on both sides. To create that pattern, we use duplex printing. That's the meaning of duplex printing. Is that clear? Okay, so that's all about our chapter 12. Yes, I'm having some problem with this camera. Okay. Is that clear? Any doubt? Okay, so for the next week, please learn chapter 10, 11, and 12. 3 chapters. Small chapter. Just learn my PDF. Okay, so next week, we'll have a small test, like a model exam, because your exams are coming. So I'm planning to do a model exam from this chapter 10, 11, and 12. So get ready. Okay, chapter 10, fabric around us. Chapter 11, yarn and fabric production. Chapter 12, fabric or textile finishing. These are the 3 chapters. So get ready for a small test. So any doubt regarding your examination? Anything to ask? 40 marks. Okay, it carries 40 marks with MCQ, assertion, and case study. Okay, that we will discuss. What is the meaning of assertion and all? For an example, look. Fabric after weaving are spoiled, rough and dull, they are called. Rough and dull. That is the assertion statement. Okay, in the case of reason, they are called as grey good. So 4 options are there. Both A and R are true. R is the correct explanation. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation, like that. Okay, but here the assertion, that is fabric after weaving are spoiled and they are called as grey good. Assertion with reason. So A and R are true. R is the correct explanation. That's the option. Okay, these are the assertion kind of questions. Okay, so more MCQ and then assertion, and the last one, a small case study with 3 or 4 questions. Clear? Okay, so get ready for a small test with chapter 10, 11, and 2. Sorry, 10, 11, and 12.
Ma'am, for the class test also 40 questions?
That I'll tell you. Mainly 30. Okay. I'm not taking new chapter today. Okay, you can learn the types of finishes now. Okay, take this time and learn types of finishes, basic finishes, special finishes, and all. Just learn what is singeing, what is calendaring, and all. Nothing more. Okay, just 5 minutes. Then I'll stop.
Ma'am, mercerizing means?
Mercerizing. We dip the fabric in the caustic soda solution for 15 minutes and then we neutralized in acidic soda. That is mercerizing. Why we are using this mercerizing? That is important. Because to dye or to make the dyeing and printing more easier, that is the first one, and it improves the luster, it improves strength. What are the purpose of mercerizing? That is the important one. Okay. Just learn for 5 more minutes, then we'll stop. Okay. So chapter 10, that is about fabric around us. What is fiber, what is yarn, and what is fabric? That is important. Fiber
Ma'am, screen
means,
is not visible.
sorry,
Screen is not visible.
no? Okay. So it's important to learn the definition of fiber, yarn, and fabric and the classification of fiber. On the basis of length, we classify the fibers into two, staple and filament. Staple fibers are the short fibers. Filament fibers are the infinite length fibers. They are called as filament one. And this is on the basis of length. And on the basis of origin, we classify the fibers into two, natural fibers and man-made fibers. Natural fibers again classified into three, vegetable, animal and mineral fibers. Okay. Man-made fibers, they are regenerated fiber, synthetic fiber and metal fiber. Just learn this PDF for the next class, okay? 10, 11 and 12. And blended fibers. As name said here, we blend two fibers together. Polyester plus cotton, that is terrycot. Okay, like this we blend certain fibers together. Then properties of fiber. Okay, it's better to learn this table. Who is called as king of fiber, who is queen of fiber. Okay, please learn that. And this table is very, very important. Properties of fiber. Okay, in the case of cotton, silk, wool, rayon, and nylon, the properties are entirely different. The length, luster, elasticity, they are different from each fiber or the cotton that is different. The properties of cotton that is entirely different for the properties of silk. Okay, so it's very important to learn this classification, this table. Okay, and then yeah, look here. This is our last chapter, chapter 12, textile finishing. Can I please read the
Ma'am,
grey
it is not
goods?
visible.
What happened? Yeah, Sanjana, please read grey goods, finishes, and importance. We already discussed.
Fabrics after weaving are spoiled, rough and dull are called as grey goods. They are woven fabrics that have not yet gone through the finishing process.
Okay, simple weaved product, they are called as grey good. They look almost rough and dull. Okay, that's why we call them as grey good. So to change this grey good to the unique one, we provide the finishes. Basic finishes, temporary finishes, permanent finishes, specific finishes are there to change their feature or to change their character. Okay, so what is finishing and the importance? Just read, Sanjana.
Finishes are those chemical and mechanical processes which are undertaken to improve the form and appearance of fabric.
That is the main purpose, to improve the appearance of fabric. That's the main reason why we are providing finishes to cloth. Okay.
Finishing is the final stage of fabric treatment. Importance of finishing: to enhance the appearance of fabric, to enhance the utility of fabric, to bring variety, to bring durability, to produce imitation fabric.
Okay. Then one more. Then we'll stop. Type of finishes. Please read. So there are usually 4 type of finishes: basic and
Basic
special, the first category, and second category, that is temporary and permanent. Okay, please read.
Basic finishes: finishes that is essential for all the types of fabrics. Special finishes: finishes are given to enhance the utility of fabrics for special purposes.
Okay.
Temporary finishes: finishes which disappear after some time or washing, like starching. Permanent finishes: long-lasting finishes like dyeing.
Okay, very good. So look here, the basic finishes. Which are the basic finishes? Singeing, cleaning, bleaching, stiffening, tantering, and calendering. This much, okay? Just learn this PDF. So what is stiffening, tantering, calendering, and all? Just learn the definition. And special ones, which are the special finishes: waterproofing finishes, sandforizing, and mercerizing, moth proofing, dyeing, and printing. They are the 6 special finishes. And natural dyes are there. Vegetables like saffron, turmeric, and all, they are the vegetable one. Animal dye: insects and fishes. Example of animal dye, that is cochineal, which is a red dye produced from insect, that is our Coccus cacti. Okay, this is very important. Please try to write and learn our animal dyes. Then mineral dyes that we already discussed. Then synthetic dyes are there. 3 classification: acid, basic, and neutral. And methods of dyeing. Look here, there are 4 methods of dyeing: simple dyeing, cross dyeing, tie and dye, and batik printing. Okay, in the case of batik printing, first we use the melted wax, then we apply the color, and after this, after drying, we remove the wax. Okay, that is batik. And then we have printing. So there are 2 different types of printing methods. One is hand printing, another one machine printing. Hand printing method, that is block printing, screen printing, and stencil printing. Roller printing, discharge printing, brushes, and duplex printing, they are the examples of machine printing. Okay, so please read the machine printing.
Roller printing: it is similar to block printing, but the only difference is that it is done with the help of machines. The fabric is pressed past under the rollers and the pattern and color appears on the fabric. Discharge printing: the fabric is first dyed in a particular color and bleach paste is applied to the fabric. A design in white
This
color
bleach
appears on the
paste
fabric.
that create a white design. Okay, that's why we are applying bleach there. Okay, resist printing.
Resist printing: this method is opposite to discharge printing. A resist paste is applied to the fabric and then it is dyed. The dye affects only those parts that are not covered by the resist paste. After dyeing, resist paste is removed by washing.
Just
Duplex
opposite of
printing:
discharge printing, that is our resist printing. Okay, first we apply a resist paste, then we dye, and then we remove that paste. Okay, last one. Usually
Duplex
this printing
printing.
is used to create the same designs on both sides. I hope it's clear. Okay, actually it's a very small chapter. Just learn my PDF, that's enough. Okay, so take care. Bye bye. I'll send the notes. Okay, take print
Thank
out
you, ma'am.
and learn. Okay, thank you.